Welcome to the Rise Up For You podcast, where thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and executives from around the world share their practical tips, strategies, and stories to help you unleash your potential and achieve your goals. Your journey of growth to become your best starts now.
Welcome to the Rise Up For You show, our podcast, our webcast, however you're tuning in today. Before we jump into our amazing guest today, I want to remind you all that if you head over to our website, riseupforyou.com, we have an incredible free course with 8 videos and a 60-page workbook for you to download to uplevel your success. Here at Rise Up For You, we are all about pushing your potential through soft skills, the skills that are the most needed, that actually make up 75% of an individual's success, that we don't spend a lot of time cultivating. That's the emotional intelligence, the confidence, the leadership, the public speaking, and the presence, all those human skills that make up a lot of challenges today. That's what we're cultivating here at Rise Up For You. So again, head over to our website, riseupforyou.com, download your Master Success course, 8 videos, 60-page workbook, completely free, so that you can push your potential and actually optimize the technical skills. Build the wealth that you want, build the relationships that you want, and build an amazing life on your own terms. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Hello. Welcome back to the Rise Up For You podcast. This is your host, Netta-Lena Nasruddin. Very honored to have you here with me today, whether you're watching us on YouTube or whether you're listening to us in the car, on a hike, on a jog, wherever you're at. I just want to let you know that we're grateful to have you here with us on this show. Without our community, we really are nothing. So thank you so much for joining us. If you're new to the show, let me just tell you a little bit about us before we jump into today's topic. My name is Netta-Lena Nasruddin, and I'm the CEO and founder of Rise Up For You. And we are so grateful and honored that we get to work with companies and professionals like yourself around the world to enhance company culture, leadership, communication, all the common sense skills that we think are common that just aren't common anymore, that are preventing you and your team and your company perhaps from pushing their potential and really just being your best. So we talk all things mindset, confidence, emotional and social intelligence, communication, leadership, all the fun stuff that is super important. We call them soft skills, but they're actually incredibly hard. So every single week, we are bringing you 2 episodes that are fresh and new. Half the time, I bring in amazing experts, entrepreneurs, thought leaders from around the world to join us. And the other half of the time, I come on by myself, like today, and I bring a topic to you that's really important, that I would say that when I bring a topic to you, it's because we're in the trenches with people and organizations every day, my team and I. So we're bringing you topics that we're hearing on a day-to-day basis that maybe are popular, or maybe the clients for some reason are really feeling it right now. And that's what we're talking about. Okay. So today, as you know, there's a lot of communication challenges in the workplace, in homes, in communities. I mean, communication is really a critical factor in providing clarity, confidence, and growth in yourself and within your organization. I want to talk about something, though, that I often not talked about, and that is the communication styles that have to do with the learning intelligences that we have as individuals. So if you're a leader, or if you're a parent, or if you're working with a team, it's important to know that there's actually 8 different learning intelligences that your team may or may not be tapping into, okay? Now, the reason why this is important is because not everybody learns the same way. So I want to break down these 8 intelligences. They're actually called Gardner's principles. Now, if you're familiar with like the education system, you might be an educator yourself. Your kids are probably, maybe still in high school, elementary, whatever it is. You might have heard this. There's 8 different types of intelligences that individuals can learn, right? It's their learning style. Some individuals learn one way and others learn a completely different way. And sometimes we think that maybe they're not paying attention, maybe they're not retaining, but in actuality, it could just be that the way that you're teaching or leading or communicating isn't in sync with the learning style of the receiver. Okay. And so that's why this is really important, because this is actually something to take into consideration within the workplace, right? How do we create engagement? How do we create retention? How do we make sure that our team members are actually, in what we're doing? It might not be because they don't like it or they're not into you as a leader. It might just be that their learning style is totally different. And maybe they check out faster because they learn a different way. So I'm going to break down Gardner's principles, the 8 learning intelligences that I want you to think about. So a couple questions that I want you to ask yourself while I'm teaching you. Number one, I want you to think about which one do you think you are, and you can have more than one. Okay. And then I want you to think about your team. Okay. So when you think about your team, which learning intelligence do you think some of your team members fall under? Okay. So let's start with the 2 that are the easiest because they're the most commonly used. And oftentimes we put people in a box with these 2. Okay. The first learning intelligence is what we call linguistic intelligence. This means that as a learner, you do really, really well when someone's talking at you, like right now, right? I'm talking at you. Writing, for example, writing on the board, reading. This is linguistic learning, okay? Linguistic intelligence. The second type of intelligence is what we call mathematical or logical intelligence, where you learn really, really well with patterns, with numbers. You're great when it comes to numbers, solving problems, algorithms. Those are the 2 most common types of intelligences. And if you think about the school system, for example, and even universities, most of the learning is done in those 2 fashions, right? Linguistically and mathematically, right? Or also known as logically. But there's another 6 intelligences that people fall under that are often not taken into consideration. And sometimes when they're not taken into consideration, we can think that maybe the student isn't engaged or they have like a learning deficit. And it could just be, again, that they learn differently. So let's tap into the other 6 that aren't so popular, okay? The third one is what we call musical learning. This means that individuals, it could be a team member, could be a student, they do really, really well when it comes to sound, okay? When it comes to music, when it comes to beat. So maybe they do really, really well when they're listening to classical music or they have to like tap their foot and feel a rhythm. Whatever it is, they are musical learners, okay? Number 4 is what we call kinesthetic learner. This is the individual that has to like use their body, be in the trenches, right? They need to use their body, maybe tap their hand, maybe click their pen, whatever it is. And that's how they learn and retain information faster, right? So maybe instead of just talking at them, they stand up and they actually like have to use their body in order to retain the information. That's what we call a kinesthetic learner, okay? Number 5 is what we call an intrapersonal learner. So this is the individual that likes to work by themselves. And we saw a little bit of this with COVID. Some people started working remotely and they were actually better remotely because they do better by themselves, right? And then the complete opposite is an interpersonal learner, which does much better in collaboration mode. Okay, so they do better when they're in the office with people, they can brainstorm, they can talk to one another, and they thrive in those environments. Okay, we got a few more to go. The next type of learning intelligence is what we call experiential or naturalistic learning. So this means that they need to be in the trenches, in the experiential learning. So they got to model you, they got to follow you, right? So if you just talk at them, they're not going to get it. Like they actually have to be in it, watching you, seeing you model it, like being in the environment so that they understand and they can apply and learn. And the last learning intelligence is visual intelligence, meaning that individuals learn well by looking at something. Maybe it's art, it's pictures, it's videos, and they retain information through a visual perspective. So as you can see, there's a lot of different learning intelligences. We have dominant and we have subdominant learning. So again, I ask you to think about what is your dominant and subdominant learning style, and then what do you think it is for your team? But now I'm going to push you the extra mile. If you're a parent, if you're a teacher, if you're a leader, how do we diversify our teaching and our leadership methods so that we can hit more of those 8 Gardner principles, opposed to just giving, an agenda and talking? Is there ways that we can get more creative so that we can engage our team on a different level so that they can retain and they can engage more often, more frequently? So I hope this helps. I love talking about Gardner's principles because it's so important. And oftentimes many individuals are like, oh my gosh, what is this? I've never heard of it. But if things are being done right, you should know of it from your K through 12 schooling or your students going to school, but really something to think about and to implement, especially again, if you're a leader, teacher, or parent. So thanks again for joining the Rise Up For You podcast. My name is Natalina Nasruddin. I'm the host here. Love bringing just new, fresh content to the community. If there's something that you want us to address where you think, hey, I would really love to learn about this, that's of course related to our industry here at Rise Up For You, is send me a message, comment in the chat, comment on the podcast, comment on the YouTube, and we'll get to it because we're all about community and adding value. This is about you, not about us. So we want to make sure that we can provide as much value as possible when it comes to soft skills, pushing your potential. Again, all the human skills that we just don't talk enough about. And my team and I, we love talking about emotional intelligence, confidence, mindset, leadership, communication. That's our superpower. That's our genius. We love it. We love sharing with you and we love learning from you as well. So again, thanks for joining the Rise Up For You podcast. I'll see you next time.
Imagine a life where you can have it all. A booming career, fantastic love life, great health and success, and overall achievement and happiness. Imagine pushing your potential to your absolute best and every day living a life that you are proud of. Well, if this sounds like something that you're yearning for, then the Rise Up For You Growth membership is perfect for you. My team and I believe in supporting you and helping you get to the next level because we know that you can do and have what it takes to be your best. When you join our membership, you get access to live trainings every single month with myself and our team. You get free coaching. You get a number of on-demand resources to help level up your success that you can use in the comfort of your own home. And you get access to our global membership around the world, full of like-minded professionals that are looking to be their best. Your time is now to push your potential and live the life that you want to live. So if you're ready to take the next step in your life and in your career, join the Rise Up For You Growth membership. Click below and we'll see you there.